One day, without warning, you will do something for the last time. You will drink your favorite cup of tea for the last time. You will laugh with a friend for the last time. You will walk through a familiar street, hear a favorite song, or watch the sunset from your window for the last time, and you probably won't even know it. That is the strange and powerful truth about mortality. Death is the one appointment every human being keeps, yet most of us live as if it belongs only to other people. We postpone joy, delay courage, and keep waiting for the right time, as if life has signed a secret contract promising us decades ahead. But mortality has a way of cutting through illusion. It reminds us that time is not unlimited, and strangely, that realization is not depressing, it is liberating. The first truth about mortality is that death gives life its value. Imagine if human beings lived forever. There would be no urgency, no preciousness, no reason to act today instead of 1,000 years later. Scarcity creates value. We understand this in money, in art, in opportunity, but forget it in life itself. Time is valuable because it runs out. A flower is beautiful partly because it blooms briefly. A sunset moves us because it disappears. Your life matters because it is finite. Mortality is not the enemy of meaning. It is the reason meaning exists. When you truly understand that your days are numbered, ordinary moments become extraordinary. Breakfast with family is no longer routine. It is a gift. A quiet evening becomes sacred. Mortality teaches gratitude. The second truth is that most fears become small when seen beside death. People spend years worrying about embarrassment, failure, rejection, or what others think. They stay trapped in jobs they hate, relationships that drain them, and dreams they never pursue because fear whispers, "What if it goes wrong?" But mortality asks a more powerful question: what if you never try? At the end of life, regret hurts more than failure. Few people on their deathbed wish they had played it safer. They wish they had spoken honestly, loved more openly, traveled more boldly, forgiven more quickly, and risked more courageously. Death clarifies priorities. It reveals that most of what we fear is small compared to the tragedy of unlived potential. The third truth is that legacy is built in ordinary moments, not grand achievements. Many people think significance requires fame, wealth, or extraordinary success. But mortality teaches something humbler and more profound. People remember how you made them feel. A kind father, a patient teacher, a loyal friend, a principled leader, these leave deeper marks than applause ever can. Your legacy is not your title. It is your character. Long after achievements fade, your influence remains in the habits, values, and courage you planted in others. Mortality asks not, "How important were you?" but "How useful were you?" It shifts the focus from status to service. It reminds us that greatness is often quiet. The fourth truth is that acceptance of death creates peace, while denial creates anxiety. Much of modern life is built around avoiding the thought of death. We distract ourselves endlessly. We chase youth, status, and control, hoping to outsmart the inevitable. But denial breeds fear because what is ignored grows in the shadows. Philosophers from the Stoics to Buddhist thinkers have argued that reflecting on death does not make life darker, it makes it clearer. The Stoic practice of Memento Mori, meaning remember you must die, was never meant to create despair. It was meant to sharpen awareness. When you stop pretending you are permanent, you stop wasting energy on trivial battles. Acceptance creates calm. You begin to ask better questions. Am I living according to my values? Am I becoming the person I respect? Mortality becomes a teacher instead of a threat. The fifth truth is that love is the real measure of a life. When people approach the end, conversations rarely revolve around promotions, expensive cars, or social media victories. They revolve around relationships, who they loved, who loved them, and where connection was lost. Human beings are remembered emotionally before they are remembered intellectually. We crave belonging more than achievement. Mortality strips away illusion and exposes what matters most: presence, compassion, forgiveness, and shared time. Success without connection feels empty. A wealthy life without meaningful relationships is often a poor life in disguise. The awareness of death reminds us to call people back, to apologize sooner, to say, "I love you," while there is still time to hear it answered. The sixth truth is that every ending demands a beginning now. Knowing life ends should not make us passive, it should make us intentional. Too many people live in rehearsal mode, waiting for life to start. They tell themselves they will become healthier next year, kinder next month, braver someday. But mortality does not negotiate with procrastination. Someday is often the most dangerous word in the language because it creates the illusion of certainty. There is only now. The life you want is built in present decisions, not future fantasies. Mortality teaches action. Write the book. Start the business. Repair the relationship. Learn the skill. Take the walk. Begin before you feel ready, because readiness is often a myth and time is always moving. There is a strange comfort in all of this. Mortality equalizes kings and laborers, billionaires and beggars, celebrities and strangers. It reminds us that beneath status and noise, we are all simply human, temporary travelers trying to make sense of our brief time here. That truth can be frightening, but it can also be beautiful. It means perfection is not required. Presence is. It means your life does not need to be endlessly long to be deeply meaningful. It needs honesty. It needs courage. It needs love. Perhaps the greatest mistake is not that people die, but that many never truly live before they do. They survive, they perform, they delay, but they do not fully arrive in their own existence. Mortality is the alarm clock that wakes us up. It says, "This is your life. Not later. Now." It pushes us to stop measuring life only by years and start measuring it by depth. Depth of purpose, depth of integrity, depth of connection. So do not fear mortality so much that you forget to live. Let it inspire urgency, not panic. Let it teach gratitude, not sadness. Let it remind you that your time is limited, but your impact does not have to be. Live so that when your final day comes, it does not feel like a story that never began, but like a chapter completed with meaning. If this message made you pause and reflect, share it with someone who needs this reminder today. Life is short, but wisdom can travel far. And if you want more deep conversations about purpose, legacy, and the truths that shape a meaningful life, stay connected, because sometimes the right idea at the right moment can change everything.